Okay.
Okay, we're live.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. How are we all tonight? It's nice to see you all. We are, you've both noticed, one person down from the usual crew today, but we've let Carl have a day off. I think he's earned it. If he behaves himself, he will be back on next week, I assure you. But again, we've got the usual crew, we've got Glynn, Christina, and Graeme, so great to have you with us.
Right.
And tonight, I think because we got a lot of good feedback from last week with the photographs, so I think people tend to enjoy that one. So we have got quite a few more. So we've originally entitled this program "Paranormal Photographs Part 2." So I think without further ado, we've got quite a few more photographs to talk to you and show you about. Talk to you about the show here. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over straight to Graeme, who's got some more information from last week's photographs and some more interesting ones to show you. So the floor is yours, Graeme.
Thank you.
Right, Graeme, I'll just put this up on screen for you.
Okay.
So, yeah, it should be...
That's the one, yeah.
There we go, yeah.
Right, this was taken in Berlin. Now, the place that my parents were staying at was newly built. So before that was built, there was some sort of conflict between Berlin and Russia. Now, my mum was saying that this, where they were staying, was built on a burial ground. Now,
interesting.
Now, there was a person that you spotted, Glenn, in the bottom
just
left-hand corner. Yeah. Now, if there was some sort of conflict, they would have just buried the dead there and then. And if it was like chemical or fire or a shot wound and they died, that's where they would have been buried. So they would have been disfigured. And that's what that person could be.
So that would explain the features then, yeah?
Yes. Now, I don't know how long this conflict went on for between Berlin and Berlin and Russia, sorry. Because it was, I don't know whether it was between before World War II or after, but that conflict was there. And the place where they were staying was built after World War II. And it was a newly built property that my parents were staying in.
So you would have had all this residual energy then from that time frame.
Yes.
So that could account, as well as it being a graveyard, burial site, sorry, that could account for that figure being there. And I'll just zoom in to it as well. And yeah, you can see some facial distortion. Yeah. But you can see some sort of disfiguration there with it, like you were saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Elongated mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, like it was split.
And a flattened flattened head.
Yeah.
Very definite eye sockets there for sure. But yeah, the mouth definitely looks like it's been split in some way.
Yeah.
It goes right the way along the jaw, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So probably a disfigurement of some kind, and when he was laid to rest there.
That's very interesting, that is, Graeme. Do you want me to put up the other photos for you?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, let me find them. Here's the one that you sent us, guys, last week.
Yes. This is the conservatory where I'm at now. I'm just trying to see what I can pick up with my mobile camera. Now, before I took it, the flash comes on first, and then it flashes twice. So that's why I don't like the iPhone camera, because it flashes twice.
Yeah.
Now, before I took it, I did see some things with the naked eye before they went. And I saw something over by the sofa and something close by me when I took the photograph. And then when the flash went off, it vanished. So I didn't catch it. But there was
Did you
something
get a sense
on
of
the...
what it was, Graeme?
I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't, unfortunately. So tonight I'm going to try and do some video if I can.
Yeah.
And call out. But there is some things that we... on the back wall by the mirror and where you just had the mouse.
Oh, yes. Yeah, here we are. I'll zoom in. Just there, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could I ask you, Graeme?
Yeah.
Sorry. Could I ask you if you had any elderly male relatives that perhaps sat in that conservatory a lot?
Yes.
Along that sofa, because in my mind's eye I can see quite an elderly gentleman, quite long-legged, brown patterned, sort of almost like a check, but an old school pair of trousers, sort of like an older generation style of trousers, sitting, and he's got quite knocked knees, so possibly arthritis.
Yes.
And he's possibly had some kind of walking frame or something at the other end of the sofa at some point as well. And I can also see a small dog that used to jump up on the sofa next to him.
What, sorry?
And perhaps a little dog. Was there ever a little dog in there?
I don't have a little dog. I'm going to have to ask the wife about that.
It's like it's not a small dog, but it's not a big dog. It's like a mid-sized dog, but quite shaggy and a little bit wiry. And
well, I think we was all
on that sofa.
We was all saying on the chat there that we could see a dog's face here in the
absolutely,
carpet.
Yeah. So perhaps like a terrier or a terrier cross or something.
That I'm going to have to ask the wife.
But there's definitely been a gentleman in there that is spirits residual in that conservatory for definite, because in my mind's eye I can see him sat on that sofa in sort of in quite detail actually.
Maybe it's not that sofa. Let's be honest,
a sofa in that kind of position.
Yeah, there would have been something.
It's not like where it is now.
There would have been.
Did you say, Graeme, that there was something over here as well that you spotted?
Yeah. Move the mouse up a little bit further. It's fine there.
Yeah.
Move the mouse up. There.
Oh yes, yeah. You can see like a different shade, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around there.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting photo, and you also sent other pictures related to that because we was all quizzing the centre of the carpet if it was a stain, and so you took a photo of it to prove that it wasn't.
Yeah, there's no stain.
And then the other one you took of that area as well.
Yeah,
and that's, it isn't the wood markings that you captured.
The wood's intact, isn't it? There, definitely. There's no marking.
Yeah. I've even looked close up to it in the daylight. I can't. There's nothing there.
Yeah. And so I think you captured some. I'll zoom in. My particular favourite was this dog.
Yeah, it was
on the carpet.
It is.
I mean, it almost looks like 3D, like it's coming out of the carpet.
It does, like it's popping out of the carpet. Yeah, it does.
That's a fantastic capture.
And actually, looking at it now, you can almost see ears. It looks a bit like a stuffy-shaped face. Stuffy or boxy, with ears that go out a little bit.
You see the muzzle there, can't you? Yeah.
And little round eyes.
That's fantastic. When was that taken, Graeme?
That was taken. It was taken at the weekend.
Wow, fantastic.
That's great.
Excuse me.
No history of any dogs that was, any boxers or anything
Not-
like that?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm going to have to ask my wife if there was a dog here at some point, because we didn't start coming here until roughly 2013, 2014. Because there was no space before that, and there was no, obviously no space to stay. So that was when we started coming down every summer and every Easter.
Interesting, though.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh. We're back to fauna, huh?
So I'm going to try and do like a video of the room.
Yeah, please do. And it'd be interesting to see if there's anything you can capture there on the video.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, Graeme.
No problem, Greg.
Christina, I think the floor is yours now. You've got a little bit of information for us, haven't you? You've got a few more photographs.
I'm just going to put your photographs up, Christina, if you bear with me a minute. Technical issues. There we go. It should be on this screen in a minute.
Excuse the selfie. But any ladies out there will sympathise and know that we buy something new, we have to see what we look like in it at every possible angle. This photograph never went anywhere, just on my phone. And I was just scrolling through a few days ago, and I noticed at the back of me there's just like a little light. Actually, that's it, lovely. Little difference in the light on the wall, like a very small figure just at the side of me, which it is lovely, because I've actually got 4 children in spirit, all pregnancy loss miscarriages, and my last one was actually November 2015. I believe that that little light at the back of me right there is my 4-year-old son. He was clearly watching me take a selfie and wondering why I was doing that, as kids tend to do. And I think he was just watching me, thinking, what on earth is she doing with that phone, and why is she taking that photograph? But I'd never actually looked that closely. But when I looked at it, I thought, actually, yeah, you can definitely see. It even goes down to the skating boards, and in line with the carpet as well. There's definitely a difference in the actual shadowing.
Yeah.
You can see it sort of behind me. And actually, I put this photograph on the group chat, didn't I? And Graeme straight away, before he even mentioned anything about my son in spirit, Graeme, you picked up on him, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
You did. And, I've not said anything at that point either,
No,
had I? And you said it's a little boy. You said it's a little boy, and he's got a little security blanket, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it was then that I said, actually, yeah, it will be my little boy. And it's quite possible he does have a blanket that he carries around with him. So it's wonderful to know that, he's around me, as they all are.
Yeah.
But just to capture it in a photograph as well, it's lovely, and it's heartfelt. And the fact that you picked up on him as well, Graeme, it's wonderful, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And going back to it now, the other person I saw, it is family related, and he's looking after that little boy.
Absolutely. I mean, like I say, I've got all the children in spirit as well. The Raging Angels. He's the youngest. The oldest is 17. So it's quite possible it's one of the older lads that was with him, or
it's the older one.
It could possibly be. Because to be fair, they're all around me quite a bit and what have you. So it's more than likely he was looking out for his little brother, and also wondering why I'm probably taking a photograph of myself at a daft angle.
And there was this second photo.
Christina, just interested.
Yes.
Yeah, go on. Finish off your say, Glenn.
Oh, right. I was going to say there's a second photo that you sent over as well.
Yes.
And you captured things on this that we was all discussing on the chat there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. It's almost like the shadow of someone actually sitting on the stairs, isn't it?
Yeah, just there. And like a light anomaly. Can't even say the word. Anomalies.
Anomaly.
Exactly, yeah.
I got my teeth in.
It was only when I was actually searching through photographs for this show that I actually thought, hang on a sec, that's a bit strange, that is. I'd never actually noticed it because I took it of myself and thought, yeah, I look like that. And then didn't look at it again, to be fair. It's only when I was searching through different selfies and I thought, oh, actually, that's a bit peculiar. But you have to make this, you know, the photograph didn't go anywhere. It just stayed on my phone. Well, that's how it works.
Until tonight.
Until tonight. Oh dear, I think I was checking to see if I looked fat in it, to be fair.
What you like?
If I'm honest, that's probably why. But that was last October.
You're looking very serious on that selfie, I've got to say.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm trying to work out if my bum looks big. You know, does my bum look big in this? I think that's what I was thinking at the time. I purely took it thinking, does my bum look big in this coat? That's probably why the serious face, but I didn't intend it to go anywhere. It was just for me to look back and think, yeah, I can wear that out in public or no, I
can't. Bless you.
I just a question, Christina. You know, you said that your children are always around you.
Yes.
They'll visit. Is there any more dominant one that you sense? And also, when it comes to around the time, the anniversaries, do you feel them particularly more stronger at that point in time than other times, or is it just constant?
Absolutely. The difference is, I think we've got to bear in mind that when they grow up in spirit, because obviously they were pregnancy loss and they have grown in spirit, they're going to have a version of their own life on the other side, aren't they? So my oldest daughter that I lost would be 17 now. I see her now and again. She pops in and she pops out, but she's not here constantly. I've got particular ones that stay around me more so. I've got one that's 12 going on 13, a lad, and he's always around me, and he likes to play little practical jokes, and he moves my photographs and my mirrors and things just slightly off just to annoy me.
Yeah.
He does it all the time. I can put a photograph or a picture on the wall straight, and within half an hour it'll be slightly off just to annoy me, and he hides my keys and he hides things, and I've actually seen him in the corner of my eye so many times. So he's around a lot, but he's at that age where he just wants to annoy me. The little one in this photograph is around a lot. And I've got another one that's just a little bit younger than Robin, so he'd be, 14, 15 nearly. He's not around quite so often. I think he's got more of a social life on the spirit realm. But definitely the anniversaries, I feel them very, very strong. But I think we've got to realise in spirit as well, they're going to have a version of a life on that side as we do here. So I wouldn't expect one of my children to be constantly around me 24/7 as they get older. I wouldn't expect them to be, because obviously they're going to have a version of their own life on the spirit plane. So they're going to do other things as well, aren't they? They're not going to just be around me. But a couple in particular were always around me, just to, just little things. And I think, oh, you've had that, haven't you? I'll look for something 55 times. It's not there. Absolutely not there. And then I'll say, will you bring that back, please?
You clean that
swear
up.
a little bit. I did, yeah. I weren't going to. I thought they didn't swear. Can you bring that back, please? And I don't always say that polite. And then suddenly, whatever it is that I'm looking for will have turned up exactly where I've looked about 10 times. All the time.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I say, one in particular, he likes to play practical jokes on me. And one that I don't see as often, like I say, he'll be 16 this year. He's 15 now. He comes in and he goes out. He lets his presence be known. I see him more in my physical eye, out the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
I think he's actually my son that's living because he looks an awful lot like him. So quite often I'll think it's my son, and I'll turn round, and then I realise that my son's downstairs or when he's in his room, and I think, it's you, just come to say hello, and then he'll pop off again. So,
yeah.
But it is comforting to know that even though they're not here, they are still here, and they still grow and still have a life, obviously to a different extent to what we have here on the earth plane, but they're still they learn. I still believe that they go to school and they learn, and their spirit evolves, their soul evolves, as they're growing in spirit.
Great. Yeah, it is very comforting, and it's nice to share that. Thanks for that.
That's all right.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just about to get your photographs up now, Glynn.
So, okay, mate.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, that one. Yeah. So basically, this week, I've been sort of bombarding people with tales of one of my top three, certainly top three investigations, which is the ancient Ram Inn in Whitworth in Gloucestershire. Now, that place is so full of energy. Anybody with any ounce of psychic ability should have a full protection on whatsoever, completely in that place. There's that many different things. I could go on for an entire show about the place. But on this one, which is quite interesting, ignore the teddy in the left-hand side. So that isn't a spirit. That would be an incredible capture if it was. Yeah. It's probably the best baby bunny I know. Yeah, this particular photograph was taken in the witch's room. There is actually a witch associated with the ram, and we've heard all sorts of things in there. We have shuffling, walking, banging, dragging. We've had also children, soldiers, everything. But this particular apparition, I'm doing it again. I'm actually pointing at the computer and I've not got access to it. Yeah, they are.
There we are.
Is it by magic?
Yeah, it helps. It helps. I tell you what, it's amazing how you do. If you point at it yourself, it works. Yeah, there is a witch in there. I don't know if you want me to say the person's name or not. You wouldn't actually guess it, but I think it's looks like a negative photograph, to be fair. Yeah, you could say it's a wispy shape of spirits, but that's quite a black mass.
Very dark. Very dark.
Dark, because it actually blacks out you can quite clearly see the curtains. But what's interesting about the photograph is you can still see the curtains through there. It doesn't completely blank it out, so it's not a physical form.
There's some specks of light there as well, isn't there? Just around here.
Yeah.
And the black actually goes into the stonework as well, doesn't it? Just right the way up.
Yeah. Now,
quite powerful energy, isn't it?
Oh yes. Yeah. I mean, during one particular investigation we did, we was communicating with a little boy. I think I told you this, Christina, didn't I?
Yes.
It was like talking to a little boy, communicating with a boy in the witch's room, and we left the camera rolling during break, and it was recorded absolutely nothing whatsoever. We also left a dictaphone recording, and it's well, it was such a sad EVP because it sounded like a little boy about 8 or 9. He was literally crying, saying, "Why do you scare me?" And it really was a sad thing to hear. Now, we got a feeling he was actually trapped in there and grounded in there, but we couldn't get communication with him again afterwards when we actually tried to go back in there. So I don't know. Is he still in there? I don't know. But it's a sad thing. There's definitely a very powerful energy in that room. It's not as powerful as the bishop room. The bishop's room next door, that's something else. That might be for another show. But I don't know. What do you make of it? Because I can't explain that.
I almost feel like it in that particular inn. Every single room seems to have its own entity, almost, completely separate from the other. I almost feel like it's coming from within, underneath it, in some manner. Like it's there's some kind of portal or gateway underneath the building itself. Because to have such diverse types of energies in there, which I feel there certainly is, it's got to be some kind of doorway to be letting them through. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you believe in this or if you actually, because we actually were told this when we researched it, but apparently ley lines run directly and cross around the inn, and it actually leads back to Stonehenge.
Oh, wow.
That makes sense what you said then.
Absolutely. Oh, definitely. That makes complete sense then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
There were.
So that's how they're coming through.
Yeah, there were bones found in the rams. That's without a doubt. They know that for a fact. It was done years and years. So there were people buried there. But they have actually since been exhumed and given a proper burial.
You know, it's funny looking at that.
Bones under.
Crazy, isn't it? Just looking at that, Glynn, I don't know why, but I keep fixing on the stonework behind it. I almost feel like there's something in the stones. I don't know what, but I almost feel
like... You mean
like...
above the beam?
Yeah, I almost feel like there's something actually in the stonework itself. I keep focusing on it.
Right.
Something
I mean, just to the right. Glenn, can you move that hand towards the right? Just around that dark area there.
Yeah.
Do you mean around there?
Yeah, absolutely. I just keep.
If you're looking to try and make a face, it looks quite a nasty face.
Yes, yeah.
It has.
Good.
But I think it's deeper than just on the surface. I feel like it's through the stonework in some manner, and I don't know how.
Wow, yeah. There's a face here I've just spotted as well. A side profile of a gentleman.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey,
there's his head. There's his ear. There's his hairline. He's bald on top.
Yeah.
Here at the back there. Looks like he's got a little Jimmy Hill beard. Sort of thing there. And there's his shoulder.
I almost feel like he's some kind of like sorcerer, some kind of apprentice to a bigger spirit in there. I don't know if that even happens.
I know where that bigger spirit would be.
There's a face here. I've just spotted another one. 2 eyes, nose, moustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all in the stonework. I think if we zoomed in on every photograph in that room, we're going to see different faces.
Yep. There's another one there.
I feel like it's going to be the same all the way around.
Yeah. I think
fascinating.
There is an awful lot of residual energy at the realm.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was in the witch's room, and so we can talk. We can do a whole hour if you want. I could just do a whole hour talking about the RAM experiences there.
Was this from the RAM as well, Glynn?
Yes, it was down the stairs.
Look at that, magnificent.
That case was right place, right time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's downstairs. To the left, if you're still at the top of the stairs looking down, to your left is a witch's room where that photograph's come from, and to the right is a corridor that leads to the bishop's room. Now, whether you could say that's a shadow of a monk, I don't know. But it's certainly interesting. But the white at the bottom is not paranormal. Underneath, that is not. If you want to close up the bottom of the stairs, Glenn. I don't know if you can go up to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, you can't see through it, can you?
No, but that just at the bottom there to your left, that's it. That's a doorway that leads to the barn, so that isn't paranormal. That's quite clear to see the photograph, but I don't know what, I can't see what, and obviously that's bits of paperwork and everything like that to your right side of the blue, but I don't know what that is.
Well, you can see like creases like you would see in material there within.
I was
that
just going to say that, Glenn, because I can go further. You can go in as I can zoom in myself, and I can. Yeah, the creases are there.
I just keep getting the word shroud, but I don't know why. Shroud. I'm not sure. But I'm not sure why.
Oh, and actually, there's faces in that. There's one here, look.
Yeah.
Oh, crack, yeah. Oh, but yeah, there's another one underneath as well, directly underneath. Oh, and there's one there, my goodness. Wow. It's amazing.
There's one here. There's the side of it. Crikey.
Yeah.
I know, it's magnificent.
Oh, there's a female face here. It looks like with a witchy nose.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Crikey.
There's one, I can see one there. A smaller one.
There's one there as well. There's one underneath it.
It sounds strange to say, you know, and I've said it on the DVD, but the ram is actually alive with the dead. It's got that much of residual energy.
Exactly.
So I think even in these small photographs, can you actually understand what I mean when I say you need complete protection all the time?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, get overwhelmed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Now, if you go back up to the start, obviously they've got the cross there. Now, can you see? It looks like it's bending its head.
Yeah. It's almost like it's looking to the direction.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
No, that's the cross. But just to the left of it, Glenn, where the actual light goes up near where the wiring is.
Yeah.
There, it looks like it's bending the head.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that?
Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting. There's someone that looks like they're stuck, gritting their teeth there. There's the nose, the eyes.
Right.
Almost like they're trapped.
Right.
Wow.
But yeah, what that would actually make sense. The spirit, if it's actually bending, that would be like a residual haunting. The reason I say that is because you have to bend your head at the bottom of the stairs unless you're about 3 foot tall, because it's very tight, very small. Yeah, very small.
Oh my goodness! I've just spotted something else.
Yeah, I've
right under there. Look, it looks like Jesus.
Goodness.
Long hair, beard.
Yeah.
Like you say, Glynn, going under, ducking the head to go under.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I didn't spot that till just then. That's incredible.
It's almost like it's so, I hate to say the word, but evil in there that it's almost like it's trying to get protected in some manner.
Yeah.
But it's almost like turning for the camera as well.
Yeah.
The way he's positioned his head.
Yeah, but look to what's to the right of it, the cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's asking for
protection, for help.
For help.
Yeah.
Almost like a beckoning to that Jesus-y figure as well, isn't there? Just down from there, it looks like something's curved around, sort of beckoning to him as well.
Like I say, I mean, I wouldn't pay what they're asking now because I think they just turn that into a business.
It's a lot of money.
But that place is just incredible. I'd probably say even more than the galleries, for what I experienced, I'd probably put that as number one of my places. It's one of the places, just a few places I've been scared out of my wits, genuinely, but I didn't want to leave because I'm thinking, what's going to happen next?
Frightening but exciting at the same time.
Yeah, we literally did have the guy in now because he's not going. He don't speak to us now. We literally got footage of actually coins being thrown at us, thrown back to us in the loft, the attic. Literally having coins being thrown at us.
Wow. What's that picture there? Just keep looking at it.
Which one?
No,
that one.
It's to the centre, past the crucifix. Where is it?
Okay.
Yeah, just above the crucifix. What's that? The centre one.
I think it's the actual old photograph. Oh, I don't know. I can't blow it up. But the one to the left of it, Christina, I think it's an old photograph of the inn itself.
I just feel like there's stories with those as well.
Because it dates back to the 1300s.
I wonder if that's some kind of scripture in the other one.
Right. Yeah, I can't remember. I must have seen it, but I can't remember what it was.
It's directly above the crucifix as well, isn't it? So
yeah.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah. There's definitely some
strange place.
So, I mean, I think you all seem quite impressed with that photograph.
There's a lot in that. I didn't realise when you sent it over.
No.
Yeah.
No, because it's literally all over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Zoom in. It's just everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of those photographs, now I'm looking at it, I can't stop. It's almost like hypnotising, isn't it?
Yeah. But what is that figure then at the bottom of the stairs? Because we don't know.
But I keep getting shrouds. So I wonder if it's some kind of religious person trying to protect, possibly. It's not a dark entity. That's light.
Yeah.
It's
trying to counteract the evil in the place.
Yeah.
I feel.
Because you've got a dark energy. You've got
very
a dark energy upstairs, two dark energies upstairs, and then you've got that.
I think that's trying to counteract some of the negativity.
Yeah.
That is light, and it's next to the crucifix, so I think that's protection in some way.
Yeah.
And it's almost looks like it's blocking the doorway as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Is that to the witch's room, did you say?
Sorry?
Is that to the witch's room to the left?
Where that photograph's been taken, the left of it is the witch's room, and to the right of it is the corridor that leads to the bishop's room, and that's the most negative place I've ever been in my life.
I'm wondering, I know it sounds completely daft, but I'm wondering if the two entities, the bishop's room and the witch's room, they can't come together, and that's to stop one passing through to the other side.
Possibly, yeah.
Because could you imagine the damage they could do if they got together? The energies from that room, the witch's room and the bishop's room. That
doesn't bear thinking about.
No, it doesn't, does it? So I feel like that's stopping the two from connecting together, keeping them separate.
Maybe.
And that's possibly why the crucifix is in the middle as well.
I think as well, there's nothing as a strange look. I don't know if you can go back up to that, Ben. Just interesting of what Christina's just said was because the experiences that we've had in that place and everything like that, nothing has ever happened to anybody on the stairs. We've always been okay on the stairs, which might be interesting. Were you saying that, Christina?
I think so. I think that's a protection.
Because with the strong energy, and you can see where how small them stairs are curving down. If something was happening to one of us on the stairs, you'd be in trouble.
Exactly. You know, definitely. It's not going to be something you could just bounce up from, is it?
No.
With those stones and how steep it is.
No.
I mean, well, look at those two photographs. I have a feeling I need to look further into like diabetes and how it accumulates with spiritualism, because I can feel myself feeling very drained and my sugar feeling very low.
Yeah.
I was just doing with those two pictures there.
It's just like a positive figure. That one.
It is. It's protective. It's positive. It's almost angelic. Almost.
Yeah. Not totally.
Not totally, but almost.
Yeah.
It's not an angel, but it's got that purity, that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. So thanks for that, for your input on that.
That's okay, thank you.
So, but if anybody's like watching tonight and they are desperate to go to investigate the ram, then let us know. But I tell you what, I want money up front, but it would be expensive. I'd pay it grudgingly, but I'd need definite 100% commitment from everybody beforehand. I mean, you've seen two photographs. It's full of energy.
Where's that again?
It's in Gloucestershire, Graeme.
Right.
It's just literally 20 minutes off the M5. So there's a service station on there called Michael Wood Services on the M5. And it's 25 minutes from there.
Right.
I don't know if you're familiar with the M5.
I'm not.
Right. Yeah, it's right. It's before you get to Bristol, anyway. And it's after the Cotswolds and before Bristol. But it's once you actually get there, you can't mistake it. You can see it from off the road, and you're like, oh.
You're attracted to it straight away, are you?
Yeah. The weird thing about it is, the weird thing about it is, you could put a stepladder up and clean the guttering out on the roof.
Really?
Yeah, it is, because it's built below the road level.
Oh, I get you. Wow.
So when you get up to the second floor, the top floor of it, you could just climb out that window and probably just dangle your legs and you're on pavement.
God.
Yeah, so if you actually want to look at some photographs, you'll see it. It's bizarre. You know, step ladders, and you're on your roof. But it's
so it looks like such an innocent building on the outside. Then you get in there, and
no,
the
it
energy
doesn't.
hits you.
Like
no, it doesn't.
No,
You look at the photographs on the internet when you've done. And then you just look at it and you're like, oh, really? It's instantly, it puts you on edge.
On edge.
Yeah.
I want to have a look.
So and see what you
think.
Right. Yeah, you get that feeling. Certain buildings you look at and you think, wow, that's fantastic. That one you look at and you think, and to this day, strangely enough, to this day, and this isn't actually, I'm not making this up, this is fact, the villagers in Wharton still crossed the road rather than walk next to the ram.
Wow, that says it all, don't it?
Yeah, that is true. They actually, rather than actually walking on the side of the road and going past the ram, they'll cross over. Whether that because John, previous owner, was eccentric, shall we say that, in the least.
Okay.
But there's that many stories about the place and things that have happened. Then I don't know whether that's actually got into the local psyche and they just avoid it. Don't know, but I'll go for a discussion for another night.
Yeah.
So, Glenn, you've got some photographs, mate.
I have, yeah. I've got quite a selection, so I'll just put them up on screen here.
Yeah.
So this is at the Galleries of Justice. Let me just explain it. And yeah, what I normally
is that in the
do,
juvenile court?
No, this is the main court, I think.
Main court.
Yeah, and I just took random photos like I usually do. And in zooming into this area on the wall there, I noticed that I've captured a gentleman here embracing a younger child. You can see the features there.
Yeah.
The hair. The gentleman's got like a chin beard just here with his head bowed. And he's got his arms wrapped around this child. And that was on that back wall there at the court.
Okay.
And that was a random photo.
Yeah.
Going to another one. Again, that was in the same court.
Yeah.
And I just zoomed into this area here. And I've captured two spirit people praying. You can see the hands in a prayer position. The head's there. There's a head there.
Yeah, and the hands are.
Yeah. And again, that's the Galleries of Justice.
Wow. I love that place.
Now this place it was a hidden gem, wasn't it, Glynn, when we went there last year? I don't know if you recognise it. This was in Matlock.
Yes.
And again, I took this photo randomly, but this was from the stage facing outwardly. Yeah. And what took my attention when I scanned the photos was this right-hand corner. Everyone in the team could be accounted for, and there was no one on the floor there. Everyone was either backstage or in other areas of the property. So what I basically did was zoomed in, and what you can see is obviously you can see a light there, but what got me is there's a gentleman here.
It's a figure.
He's got stubble, he's grinning like a Cheshire cat, and he's got it looks like an American GI hat on. And so I zoomed into that a little bit more.
I can see a woman next to that man.
Just zoom back out again, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a woman.
Look, there's two figures.
There is, yeah. One there and one there. One shorter sitting down.
Yeah.
Looks like a lady. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, here. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look,
that's
right.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what the story was behind it as well, mate?
I don't know. No.
There were two construction workers were killed, or was actually built. That roof was actually being built. There's two workers killed. Yeah, when that main ballroom was being constructed. That's fact.
Oh, that's fantastic! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was a genuine accident, but they were actually killed.
Oh my goodness.
You can see him.
Well,
it
again, it was.
It might be a man, but it's definitely sitting down, shorter.
But there's also.
It's usually when you're not expecting it as well that you get these captures, I find.
Also, Glenn, there's a little girl that's in the actual ballroom.
Oh, okay.
Main auditorium. So, could that figure to the right hand side?
Could it be?
Be her.
Yeah, that one there.
And apparently, according to Tanya, her uncle looks after her.
It's definitely a girl, isn't it? I can see hair now. She's got sort of blonde fair hair and it flicks out at the bottom.
There's an older gentleman that actually looks after her.
Oh, I can see cheekbones. Actually, she's got a headband on. She's got cheekbones right
Yeah.
there, and she's got a headband, and here's Finn, and it's flicking at the back. I can see her face. She's got like chubby cheeks. She's pretty. She's slightly to the side, isn't she? Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So is that her and her guardian?
We can see the
Quite
gentleman
possibly.
there, can't you, with
Yeah.
the hat on,
Yeah.
grinning.
Yeah.
It's got like a tie as well. Looks like a tie collar.
Because if you look up the tiny little bit of right on her face, that's actually, I think, it's the cheekbone.
Yeah.
It's actually like the light reflecting slightly on her cheekbone because she's from the side. Oh, that's amazing.
And again, that was taken at Matlock.
That's fabulous.
This was taken in the same area, in the same room.
Yeah.
But taking the photograph from the other side towards the stage.
Yeah.
And so, as you can see, these are different shades of light on there. But what got my attention when zooming in and inspecting it was this area here. And so this is what's captured. There's actually a gentleman stood on the stage there with a moustache. And so I've zoomed in a little bit more and you can see it clearer now. Just here.
Yeah. Tall, thin chap.
Yeah. Stood at the side of the front of the stage.
Yeah. Yeah, thin, tall.
And this is a different part of the same building.
Yeah.
And
I
we
remember
just
you taking this.
Yeah, it was quite a surprise.
Yeah.
You can actually see a pair of legs.
You can.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely seen the knees and the lot, can't you?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And you know actually what that's called, Christina?
Yeah.
That's actually the ballet room.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
That's where they've done dancing and ballet.
That's where they did ballet and
Yeah.
then the legs. Oh, that's amazing. You can see actually one knee slightly bent, can't you? Oh, that's amazing.
This is probably one of my favourite ones ever captured, to be honest. And this again was at Matlock. Just outside of that ballroom there, you come out here and you've got a main corridor, as you can see. Well, again, I zoom in every inch of the photo, but what got my attention was this area here. So upon zooming in, you can see like a school mom, a long black dress here.
Yeah.
She's got a blue blouse on.
Yeah.
She's got dark hair in two bunches. And you can see the flow of the cloth as well. You know, the wrinkles in the cloth.
Very, very boxy clothing.
The high shoulders.
In those days. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, box. Yeah.
And she's walking towards that way, towards the door, so you can't see her face. But yeah, that just blew me away.
Oh my God, that's amazing. You can almost imagine her carrying books, can't you, in front of her arms?
Yeah.
Like that. Well, that's brilliant.
I can see one person wanting to go on next investigation there.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
This was, I think it was at the Napoli Museum.
Mate.
Yeah.
You know, did you actually keep that photo that Chris sent you from Matlock, that he caught that figure right in the middle of the ballroom? I mean,
I don't think I got that now.
I'll send you that, and you can maybe do it on another week.
Yeah, thank you.
It looks like a figure walking in the centre of the auditorium.
It'll be interesting to have a look at that.
Yeah.
Now, this picture was taken at is it Mapley Haunted Museum? I believe
it's the Haunted Museum at
yeah. And so I just took this random photo, and upon zooming in, I noticed there's a Victorian lady just standing here. She's holding a baby, and she's got a big sort of hat on.
Oh, yeah.
There's her features just there, eye sockets.
Yeah. Big grand hat.
Yes, that's right. And
Yeah.
That was just, in the background there of that photo.
I almost feel sad for that photograph. I don't know why. Like there was some kind of loss, and she was trying to protect a child.
Well, funnily enough, just out of shot there on the camera, there's an old funeral horse and cart. Well, not the horse, but the cart that they would carry the coffins in.
Oh, that's why maybe.
There's actually a video on YouTube, I think, quite a famous video of that, because they left the cameras running, and it is a very old original, like cast iron weight type thing, and you can see it actually going up, shooting up, lifting up, nearly not hitting the glass and then coming down.
Wow.
There is actually a video of it. I'm sure it's on YouTube. If it is, I'll forward it to you, to the group, and you can show it people next week.
Excellent.
I'll try and find it. Yeah, it's just basically footage of the actual handle lifting up. It didn't go anywhere near the glass to smash it, but I know that they are heavy.
Oh God, yeah, they would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, this photograph though, there's a sadness, isn't there? Definitely.
And I know where this is, but we can't reveal the name of it.
No, I'm not going to reveal the name, but all I will say, it was invited to go on a private investigation, Glynn and myself, and upon one area of the building, we were just taking photos, and we happened to capture this light here. Now it just looks like a light at random, but I tracked it with the camera as it was moving, and so here it is again. And there we are. It is again, and it was moving. And it was going towards that far wall.
There's two lights, isn't there? In the last bit, there was two.
No, I think that was a security.
Or was that just a reflection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was starting to change colour. It was going a bit blue. And as you can see, it's going into the wall. But what I thought I'd do is zoom into that. And this is what it looks like. And I zoomed in even further. And you can actually see a face. I mean, obviously I've circled it.
Oh, God, yeah.
See a face inside that.
Quite a chubby face.
That's right.
A wide nose, short nose, little eyes. Hair to one side. But it's a man, isn't it? But it's longish hair. Possibly a beard.
But the interesting thing about this as well, the room there where we captured this evidence, Glynn and myself, we had to do a clearing exercise. We had to move a spirit over because he was asking to be joined to his wife, go back into the light.
Yeah.
And not long after we did that, I think if my memory serves me right, Glynn, that's when we took the photo.
Yeah.
And then we saw this.
He's smiling though, to be fair.
I can see the ears.
So yeah, it's
smiling. Could he possibly have been seeing his wife come to get him, and that's why he's smiling?
Zoom in a bit more, look. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely smiling.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's happy. Yeah. His cheeks are chubby and he's grinning so much his cheeks are up. Oh, that's lovely.
Because we did actually come up with a name, didn't we? Or actually, you came up with a name, Glenn, that could correspond with. But we aren't at liberty to say what that name was. No.
Of course not, no.
But it corresponded correctly to what we're picking up.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
And this is another private location.
Yeah, I know where that was.
Yep. And again, it was just similar to that other light, actually, but it was a separate location. And so, oh, actually, I never knew that. You could see a face in it. I never spotted that, but you can see a little face. Looks like a little boy.
Oh, he looks sad.
Sorry, Graeme?
Oh, he looks...
I never realised that had a face until now. Wow.
Yeah, he looks a little bit sad, doesn't he? Bless him.
Yeah.
Tearful eyes.
He shouldn't be down in cellar.
He's too young to drink.
And then, oh, there we are. I've just zoomed into it. Yeah, so that was just the same photo zoomed in. Now this is an interesting one. This was taken. Is it St Botolph's Church in? Is it Skidbrook, Lincolnshire?
Oh.
And just again taking random photos. But as you can see, there's a red bolt of light there.
Yeah.
Come from nowhere. And I can't explain that. It was just very random, very weird. There we are. I've just zoomed into it there. Now this as well is an interesting one. I think this was at Strelly Hall.
Oh,
Okay.
Just try and zoom in now. Can't see it. There is. I can't see it at the moment, but there is a face within there.
Is that the main room opposite where the buffet?
It's there, isn't it, Glenn?
Yeah.
It's between the reflection of the chandelier and the flowers. It's in the middle.
There's a man. I can't see it, and normally I can see it, but let me just change my screen. There's a man with a mustache, like a handlebar mustache.
I can just see the difference in the lighting, but I feel he's there.
And here we are. Yeah, highlighted it.
Yeah.
So it's there. Look, you can see the mustache. But what we found interesting about this, yeah, there it is. Here's his nose, eye sockets, the hair, mustache, big white mustache, may I ask. And we didn't know this at the time, but when we went back into the other room after we captured this, we was just walking through a door and we spotted a photograph on the wall. And
oh, there he is, look.
Is there on the photo.
Yeah, there he is, yeah. Absolutely.
And so I'll go back and you can see him in the mirror there.
Absolutely the same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it was in two separate rooms.
Wonderful.
That's nice.
Oh, that's fabulous.
And this is a photo, again, at Strelly Hall, that one of the other guests took of me just sat in the chair. Now, I just felt a little bit spaced out when I sat in that chair and not thinking anything of it. But one of the guests says, your face was changing when you sat in that chair. And I could see a mustache.
I can see.
And so
that guy's fit.
there was.
Oh, yeah, an older guy.
Yeah, you can see the beard, the tash.
It's an older man.
And you can see something overshadowing me.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He had a little bit of hair at the back here. He was an older man.
Just see it. You can see it going over my ears.
Yeah.
It looks like you're in a bit of a trance, don't it, actually, as well?
It's like the same guy from that photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did feel a bit spaced out. Like I say, I had to close my eyes, and one of the other guests.
He was almost in a trance. That was, wow.
No. Actually, there's a funny story we should say on
that's
this.
surreal, isn't it?
An EVP we got there, Glenn, in that same room.
Yeah.
I know exactly where it is.
Is it the snug? Is that what they call it?
It's there's like they call it the medieval room, don't they?
Oh, this area,
yeah. That's what they call it the medieval room. Now we were just sat here quietly talking, asking questions and whatever, and it was a person's first ever investigation. She doesn't come on any now at the moment, but we're all sat in calmness and quiet because we're all tired just towards the end of the investigation. Randomly, she just blurts out, "Yeah, I am now." What? Hey, where I come from? She's, "Yeah, I'm tired." Yeah, okay. Says, "Well, you asked me." No, we didn't. Nobody said anything. We all sat here quietly. You just randomly blurted out, "Here I am now." And we actually played the. One of them had got a dictaphone recording because, fortunately, we'd left others in the base area, and he brought it out with him. And you can hear a woman saying, "Are you tired?" And she answers it, saying, "Yeah, I am now."
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's brilliant.
Nobody else heard it.
Well, she obviously did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fabulous, that is.
Yeah.
And there we are. So yeah, that completes my little show and tell.
Photographs. Wonderful.
That's great. Thanks, mate.
No problem.
Are we going to wrap this up now, then, mate?
Yeah, we've just got a nice comment from one of our regulars, Megan. So, hello, Megan. Hope you're well.
Hello. Hiya.
Hey, have you enjoyed the show as normal? I tell you what, when we do an investigation, Megan, I will bring you a badge that says top fan. I'll tell you, I'll make you a promise now you're still watching.
Definitely.
Yeah. But no, I think thanks to everybody for contributing tonight. It's been great. Couldn't do it without you. Just so hopefully next week we'll have Carl back. That's if we want him back. I think we've done really well without him. If you're watching, Carl, I would love you, really. So, yeah. But no, say thanks for everybody for the informative photographs. It's great.
Can I just mention something, Glynn?
Yeah, of course you can, mate.
Yeah, before we go, just to let everybody know that the photos on tonight's show I will put up on our feed like I did last week, so everyone can analyse the photos and come up with their own conclusions and leave comments. If you're kind enough to leave comments, it'd be really, really helpful to us. So, yeah, thanks for that, Glynn.
Yeah, no problem, mate. So, as you said, please leave a comment, leave a like. We couldn't do it without you either. So, altogether, it's your show as well. So, stay safe till next week, everybody. Take care and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.